YouTube, welcome your beautiful faces back to the channel. Now for today's video we're playing Fog of War, and if you don't know how this works, basically I can only see the squares in which my pieces are able to move to. So you'll notice that when I played this move d6, my bishop squares opened up here, so I can now see these squares. And the objective is just to go and capture my opponent's king. We're playing a GM apparently. So this could be a very tricky first game, but hopefully you guys pick it up as we go along. It's a very fun game mode. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. We're going to take that pawn, because I don't see an issue with that. Like if they recaptured with, say, a knight, then we'd be able to just take the knight with no issue, based on the fact that there's only been 4 moves. Okay, there's another pawn here. Now, the thing is I'm not going to take, because they could have a pawn here, which means their queen would be opened up. So I'm actually just going to play this move to prevent them from pushing any further. Okay, now we will take. Okay, I feel like we're getting a grasp of things. I feel like things are going pretty well for now. Okay, they stepped this pawn forward, so I'm just going to develop my bishop, because I know both these squares currently unoccupied. That was maybe a little bit silly, though. Yeah, because of this pawn dropping. That's okay, though. That's okay. Let's go ahead and play here, and then recapture with the queen. Presumably the bishop will take the knight, right? I mean, I guess it's all up to my opponent. They might not want to go for that trade, but I feel like they could. I feel like they could. You'll notice it's 3 minutes on the clock for each player, and you get a little bit of increment. Nothing crazy, but you do get a little bit. I'm thinking about long castling, in all honesty. Because nobody ever expects you to long castle in this. People always anticipate my king to be on this square, where I would have short castled, but it's just not. Okay, they do take. We'll take back with the pawn then, of course. Currently everything pretty well defended, except this pawn in which we just recaptured with. So that's maybe not ideal. So let's go here and then potentially play bishop here. Just sort of scoping all of this out. Okay, there is a bishop there, so hopefully we can recapture with no real issues. I'm hoping. And then maybe we're going to double stack, because I just want to be ultra solid. I don't want any issue. Okay, so they just completely hang their queen. That's good stuff. This is probably GG now. And I say probably because I have lost from far worse positions, but luckily we picked up a win. So a win in the first game is huge. I mean, that's always pretty good going. And we're going to go for a very early checkmate, basically. It's not looking likely, though. Our opponent doesn't seem to want to push this d-pawn. It is a bit of a sneaky trap. It's a little bit cheeky, but we'll go for it anyway. Let's lift this now. Okay, so there is a knight on the rim, which is, of course, very dim. Let's go here. And then get the queen in behind this, I think, is probably quite good, right? I mean, not really seeing many issues with this position so far. Okay, so they have castled already, so I'm going to go ahead and join them in castling. And we know there's a pawn on this square now. Maybe I just start pushing my pawns now. Hello, queen. Goodbye, queen. Thank you very much for coming. Goodbye, bishop. Okay, and my opponent resigns. I mean, we're just picking up some pretty monstrous wins here. Hopefully we can get a game in which is a little bit more challenging for us. Let's go ahead and just lift this. And then maybe just start getting knights out and stuff. All depends on what becomes visible. Our opponent having a little bit of a think here. They may have played like e4, and when they didn't see my pawn in front, got a little bit confused. Yeah, so it looks like they did. Oftentimes, if you don't respond immediately with e5, people get a little bit thrown off because they aren't sure what your first move is, because it could literally have been anything. So that I do quite enjoy. I may even just go for this, like, I mean, this almost feels like a hillbilly Caro-Kann, doesn't it, where you just see this bishop. That was probably not very smart, actually, opening up our king like that. We just got to get castled pretty much immediately, it feels like. Yeah, let's just castle right now. Oh, yeah, this is very bad, actually. Very, very bad, this. Let's go here, and then maybe here. Oh, my God, so yeah, I mean, this is not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. Our opponent still has both of their rooks, so we got to try and make things tricky if we can. Maybe even just start pushing pawns. Everything is currently defended except for this pawn. And this pawn. So these two pawns are very weak. I guess a bishop on... Oh, I've got both their bishops, though, so I don't need to worry about a bishop. I'm just going to continue my push, I think. I think we're going to be just fine. Okay, they allow me to take. The king is here. Noted. Noted, noted, noted. Let's go here. There's a knight here. Okay. Uh-oh. Let's take. And now we can take here. Hello, king. Please take my rook. Okay, what? We did not deserve to win this game. But we do pick up another win. We might actually go undefeated this video. We've broken over 1700 in Fog of War. I mean, guys, if you haven't played this chess variant, you've got to check it. It's so much fun. I mean, like, you just sort of take a break from, like, the regular, I don't know, like, strengths of normal chess. Like, it's just so stressful at times. So just to be able just to, I don't know, play some Fog of War chess, it's so enjoyable. Like, look at this. I am not very good at chess, guys. But, like, I'm winning every game. We're not going to go for that cheap trick again, because it is a little bit cheeky, isn't it? It's a bit boring. Like... The amount of people it catches up, you could so easily elo climb in this. Like, rapidly, it'd be crazy. Okay, so they played e5, their first move. Having a little bit of a think. Okay, they play a move. Let's develop our other knight. And then I might just go for this sort of setup. It feels like ultra solid. How do we want to recapture, guys? See, in regular chess, I wouldn't like to recapture with this pawn, because then when they push, they attack my knight, and it's very uncomfortable. But in Fog of War, I feel like I can take like this. And things get a little bit scary. So we know the queen is here. That is known information to us. Let's go like this. And try and target this pawn. Because we know the pawn is here. If this ever gets pushed, then obviously it's very difficult to challenge. But for now, we know that there's not a pawn on this square that I've just circled. So this is not reinforced by a pawn. Interesting. Okay. We're going to take, when they recapture with the bishop, I'm assuming, I'll then take this with the knight, and then, yeah, we're just going to make some trades and hopefully win the game. Hopefully this has not just opened up. That would be very scary. Let's just get out of trouble. We've got to just get out of trouble there. Even if we lose the knight, it just, yeah, that had to happen, I'm afraid. Let's go here. Hello, king. Blimey. I mean, I feel like every game is ending far too quickly, so we're going to give our opponent a little bit of a chance here. Okay, they block that off. Let's drop back. It just feels like this is not going to be a very fun video if we just win every game. And I don't mean that in a cocky way at all, because honest to God, guys, I am not very good at chess. Hand on heart, I don't know how I'm winning so many games. Okay, there's a pawn here. Not a pawn here, interestingly. That is interesting. Okay. Got a feeling we're going to want to just go here. Probably trade this rook. Thanks for coming. But when they take this rook, they will get a lot of information. Okay, they allow me to get the information. Interesting. They recapture, so this should be good just to take. And then if we can go bishop here and attack this queen. King, sorry. Oops, that's not good. Can we afford to take that? We're going to just go for it, guys. We are just going to go for it. We're playing... Okay, there we go. We pick up another win. We're going to jump straight into another game. I mean, we are just speed running this, really, aren't we? This is just an absolute clinic. Guys, if you are enjoying this video so far, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. I actually meant to recapture that, but I ended up just pushing by accident. That was a bit annoying. Let's develop this knight. Pray there's not a dark square bishop lurking somewhere. Oh dear, let's take. Hello, bishop. Just take. And they'll recapture like this. Let's just go here. We know there's a pawn here. This is so tricky, man. You have to, like, stay dialed in at all times. I mean, not when they're doing this, but typically speaking, games are never this easy. Okay, there's the knight. Let's drop back to where we were. And then I'm thinking just getting castled is probably a good idea. I mean, this, yeah, will attack. And then we'll probably develop our knight. Hello there. This could be a target. But I like to start pushing flank pawns. Like, I feel like when you're in doubt of what to do, pushing flank pawns is always a good idea, because it just sort of, there's no real danger, you know what I mean? It feels very safe to do so. As would rook here, actually, because we can't actually see this square currently, so... I mean, we can if something goes on it, because this pawn would then be able to move there, but... Just ultra safe, I guess. Kind of, not really. What just moved? Okay, this pawn has pushed. That's important to note. There's a pawn on this square. Let's continue our push. Maybe they'll continue their push. In which case... Oh, man, that's scary, actually. What just got shut off? Okay, there's a pawn here, guys. We need to play here. That needs to happen. Because otherwise we're going to lose our knight. It's very well defended. I don't know if anything can capture it currently. We're going to push. If they take, I'll take with the bishop. But then our queen is very open, actually. Let's just start pushing again. We're just going to, like, try and march our whole way up the board. Do I just take that? No, that'd be very stupid. Let's go here. When you take, I will position my rook here. What did I just lose? Okay, just lost a pawn. That's fine. Let's take. Okay, let's take. And then rook here. This feels absolutely fine currently. Let's take. What have they got? They've got a rook and a bishop on the board somewhere. Which is a bit scary. Okay, there's nothing here. Let's go here and then take with the rook. Because otherwise that is a little bit scary. I don't want to capture that with the queen. I mean, I could just be hanging a queen completely. So we do still need to be careful. Although we're up a lot of material, I mean, you can throw it away so quickly in Fog of War. Like, so quickly. Okay, now they just have a bishop. I don't recall if it was a dark square or light square bishop that I captured. See, that's something you always have to take note of, and I just haven't done. Which isn't good. Let's go here. Maybe start threatening pawns where we can. Okay, it's a dark square bishop. That's important to note. We're going to stick to light squares now. We should be good just to pick this up, I feel like. Hello, king. This king's got to run now, surely. You've got to run. Okay, they do. Okay, let's stick to light squares. Okay, so they went up. So they're either here or here. That's good to know. That is very good to know. Okay, they do push. That's not a threat. We should be good still. We have both rooks, both knights, and the queen. Only one bishop, unfortunately, but that is okay. Okay, king has to be on this square, really, doesn't it? Unless they've marched into this corner. They can't be on this square, actually, because I'd be able to take. Now it's just a case of sticking to light squares, so like this, and just sort of search and destroy. You know, this is like Call of Duty now. This is just search and destroy. Hello there. Okay. Let's get a little bit weird with it if we can. Let's go here. Let's try scare them. Let's try scare them just a little bit. Okay, so they do take. Now let's go here. What will they capture? The queen? Okay. Now let's go... No, actually, let's just go ahead and take. Like, what are we doing? Okay, guys, I think we're going to play a couple more. We'll see how these games go. If we get one good long game, then we'll leave it at that. But we potentially a couple more games, because I'm having so much fun with this game mode. I mean, I know we are kind of just speed running a little bit here, but I'm still really enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying it at home. This is probably my favourite chess game mode, though I also enjoy the 2v2 4-player chess, and a couple of you have asked for a bit more of that on the channel, which I'm, of course, more than happy to do. I have no issue recording whatever you guys want. Actually, let's put a pause in that, because, you know, there might be some strange requests out there. Let's recapture with the queen if they take. This guy is 1700, so this is like a proper test. I didn't even realise. I should probably have locked in earlier. That's okay, though, I'm sure. I'm sure it's fine. Let's develop our bishop, and then maybe start pushing flank pawns. Maybe back up a little bit first. Just because I'm a bit hesitant of knights coming in at some stage. Like, you just never know, do you? You just never know. Let's start our push, then. Let's start the climb. Maybe bring the rook over, and then continue our push. That's got to be the play, right? It's got to be the play. Got such an itchy nose. This hay fever season is killing me, guys. It's actually killing me. What does the opponent play here? Okay, we're just going to... I don't know, actually. I'm a little bit stumped, in all honesty. It feels like I can't see any of their pieces. Okay, likely a pawn here. We'll just, you know, clarify that. Yeah, okay. We could even go here now, potentially. Or maybe like here and then here. Make a little bit more sense, wouldn't it? What is our opponent's actual rating? I don't actually think it says. Nope, I don't. It doesn't say, does it? Okay, hello there. That's interesting because we have a lot currently looking at this. So do they, though. I'm glad we took with the knight. They can now see this pawn. Let's go here because the knight won't see this pawn here. So it will likely want to back off. Yep, it does. Now we could potentially reinforce this pawn. Though it is undefended. So maybe they'll look... Ah, that's the thing with knights, man. I needed to be way more on the ball there. That was very disheartening. That's very disheartening. It's looking like an L now. I mean, they've still got 2 rooks and a queen. This is just terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. Yeah, very, very bad. Poor game from me, really. Poor game. You just never know, though. We could hang on in there. We could hang on in there. We could hang on in there. This knight being outposted like this is going to pose a lot of issues. It controls so many squares. Should we go for this? I mean, it just feels like we've got to be aggressive. We're completely opening up our king, but we've got to be aggressive. Okay, it's not over. It's not over, guys. Here. I knew there was a pawn still there. Okay, now we maybe just march. I just need to get some information. Okay, oh no. Is that a beautiful move? Yeah, fair play. That was a beautiful little sacrifice. Let's see if we can get a little rematch going. I wouldn't mind playing this opponent again. Though they haven't accepted. So we're just going to play one more game. Because I really don't want to... We're playing a 1900, guys. We are playing a 1900. This is not a false alarm. Not a false alarm, guys. Can we get this bishop out? I think so. Nice and active. Now I'm going to drop it back. That's the play. We're just going to try and subtly develop our pieces. Where possible. I'd been so annoyed if there was a bishop there. You guys have no idea. Then our long castle. I mean, look how safe our king is. I don't think you could possibly ever be safer. Maybe I could even push here. Hello, pawn. We'll take. When they take my knight, I'll take back with the queen. Okay. Knight and bishop. Good to know. Very, very good to know. Can I push? Feels very brave. I'm going to play here first to open up this scope. Oh dear. Let's go here. And then push. Okay, so they are currently hitting our knight. Let's go here. Potentially we'll just capture this. Right? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Okay, they push. I'm just going to take. They recapture. That's too brave, isn't it? Let's be brave. Let's be brave, guys. If we could beat a 1900, that'd be huge. These Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, all the queens are off the board. That's not good. That doesn't fill me with much joy. Though we are up a lot of material. We're up a knight. Oh, wait. No, not all queens are off the board, are they? I've not captured their queen, have I? Oh, no. My queen's off the board. Hang on. Why have they gone back here? I'm going to take. Then their queen comes in. Okay, so we know the queen is here. Which means if I go knight here, yep, that does confirm our theory. What did they just take? Oh dear. That's not good. That's really bad. Let's go here. Hit the queen. We're hitting the queen. We're probably just going to take this. We're hitting the queen again. What is wrong with me, guys? Oh my god. I thought we could have won that game. I really thought we could have won that game. That's a good game to our opponent right there. And guys, if you did enjoy this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Guys, I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye.